like to call the January 27th City Council meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Alderman Morgan Adams.
Aye. They're here. Alderman Anderson.
Here.
Alderman Dash.
Here.
Alderman Dolick.
Here.
Please rise for the pledge. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have the approval of the minutes.
So moved, Anderson.
Oh, we'll approve items A, B, and C if everybody's okay with that.
Sure.
If you are, I'd look for a motion to approve, an omnibus motion to approve the minutes for January 13th, regular council meeting, January 15th, strategic planning and direction special meeting minutes, and the October 14th executive session. So we need a motion to approve.
So moved, Anderson.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Dolick.
Aye.
Alderman Dash.
Aye.
Alderman Anderson.
Aye.
Alderman Morgan Adams.
Aye.
Motion passes. We have no presentations, appointments, or confirmations. Did anybody turn in a slip for public comments on agenda matters?
Yes, we do have one individual. His name is Alan Schneider.
Please state your name and address.
Alan Schneider, 480 Greenbridge Lane, Apartment B. Just a quick question. I just noticed that you're going to plan on buying some couple vehicles for the police department. So I was just concerned about, are these replacements or are they new vehicles? I mean, in addition to the current fleet, or the replacements for something that's on there already? And then the second thing, I assume the prices are not fully fitted, but they're just the cost of the vehicles themselves, but if it is, so just things I'm asking that in your discussions, or if you can kind of get that information out, those are the things I'm just concerned with.
Yep. Yeah, we can do that at that time if you're okay with that.
Oh, that's fine, yeah.
Okay,
I just want to get those out on the floor.
okay,
Sure.
Thank you.
will do. Thank you. Anybody else?
No,
No?
thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Item 7, the consent agenda. We have one item, item A, Resolution R2506, a resolution approving water main easement for the Village of Wheeling on Chicago Executive Airport property. Could we get a motion to approve?
So moved, Morgan Adams.
And a
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Dan, would this be Dan, or who could speak to it?
Familiar with this one?
Well, Joe?
Sure. It's really a formality because of the airport bylaws that this comes to both boards. But it's on the Wheeling side, it's for a water main easement, but it needs mechanical approval.
Okay. So are there any questions about it from the elected officials?
No.
No? We have a motion and a second. Roll, we can do a voice vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We have no old business. Item 9, new business. A, Resolution R2507, staff memo and resolution determining the appropriateness for Class 6B status pursuant to the Cook County Real Estate Property Classification Ordinance as amended July 17, 2013 for certain real estate owned by Sky Harbor LLC and its subsidiaries located at 1009 Milwaukee Avenue, Wheeling, Illinois. Should we have a presentation first, or roll first and a second?
You can do the presentation first.
Okay.
Good evening. My name is Mark Rogers, here on behalf of Sky Harbor. So before you today is a Class 6B resolution request. This is only for the portions specifically in the city of Prospect Heights. So the current characteristics are what you see here. Highlighted in pink is the current undivided PIN of about 2.3 million square feet. Our project is going to be right around 1 million square feet. and have a total of about 343,000 square feet of industrial aviation hangar space. And again, this request is for the portion of the property located in the Prospect Heights only. There's a very small portion that's in the top right-hand corner that is in Wheeling, which I can discuss here in a second. So Sky Harbor was founded in 2017. They're essentially an aviation infrastructure development group specializing in building, leasing, and managing private hangars all across the United States. You can see here they have, they're growing. They have a number of locations across the United States, and they will operate this industrial space for storage, service, operation of aircraft, delivering aircraft fuels, oils, lubricants to aircrafts. Proposed timeline, this is fluid, so there could be some changes to the timeline, but this will be constructed in 2 phases. The first phase is somewhat segmented, phase 1A and phase 1B. Phase 1A is expected to start construction around March 2026. Phase 1B about February 2027, and total cost for the first phase are around $44 million. The second phase will include construction of the remaining 1,000 square feet, sited on 302,000 square feet of land. Construction is set to begin in March 2029 with completion around March 30th. But again, especially the second phase, subject to change. Total hard costs for the second phase are just a little bit below the first at $42 million. This is the current working site plan. So this, you can see the boundary of Wheeling Prospect Heights right here. So it's really only this portion right here that is currently in Wheeling, but the team is working on final revisions to the site plan. Ideally, we could have it all in Prospect Heights, would be the goal. Job creation, economic impact, looking at about 150 temporary construction jobs, and then after construction and stabilization, about 12 full-time direct employees, but the direct employees are not necessarily where a lot of the revenue generation is going to come. There's a lot of indirect employees, ancillary workers, such as pilots, officers, caterers, cleaners, landscapers. The economic impact of the 12 direct employees alone is about $36,000 per year in village revenue, just based on percentages, such as how many of the employees will eat lunch in city places, entertainment, getting gas at city gas stations. The further economic real estate tax analysis, kind of the big one is majority of this PIN is currently exempt, so not generating any tax revenue. Here we expect phase 1 to have a market value of around $26 million upon stabilization, and this is using a percentage of the hard costs and also the Corson method of valuation, which is kind of a long-term leasehold-based valuation. This is going to generate in total taxes across all taxing bodies about $11.6 million in additional revenue over the 12 years, or about just under $400,000 for the city of Prospect Heights individually. And we do have a list out of all the taxing bodies. All the taxing bodies will be generating additional taxes here, so it should be a win-win. Phase 2, similarly, we expect it to have a market value around $25 million, generate about 11.4 across the board for all taxing bodies over the 12 years, or about 367 in taxes for the city. So in total, about 23 million in additional taxes across the board, which is not including the revenue generated by the jet fuel, which is expected to be significant. That's about all I have for now, so if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Could you go back to the phase breakout drawing? Okay. And you're going to do these as, you have to go to Wheeling for that portion that potentially
So-
that falls within theirs. Is that just building or is that apron too?
I believe it's just building, just a portion of building. So we're not going back to them asking for any incentives, any tax relief. We will have to get with them, when the final site plan comes, any, zoning, height issues. But we will be in contact with the individuals over there at Wheeling. And again, our goal, it's really the phase 2 that's located in Wheeling, part of phase 2. So our goal is to kind of throughout the process, try to get the entirety of the project in Prospect Heights or as much as possible. And once we do get new pins here, so in 2025, we'll have the same pins as 2024, but we'll be working on a re-subdivision. And then in 2026, that's when we'll have the new pins that'll be segmented up. I'm assuming we'll probably do it by phase, so there'll be a pin for either phase 1, potentially one for phase 1A and 1B, and then another separate pin for phase 2. And then any pins, any portion that's on Wheeling gets their own separate pin that's completely separate from any of the city's pins.
Okay. Any questions for anybody?
I just,
Sure, go ahead.
Mark, your PowerPoint, I think, greatly focused on kind of the development plan. The council has your 6B application packet, and maybe just, it's been a while since we did a 6B, but that's Cook County allows an assessment reduction for, I think of it's a rather short period, it's 12 years, that's not a lot. And it's under the contingencies that it be considered industrial use, and they do meet that. There are storage, maintenance, and operation of aircraft, and then there's also new construction. But sometimes there's, people don't understand that during that 12-year period, the Sky Harbor would also be paying taxes to all the entities that are on the property tax bill. In your packet was the Sky Harbor application, and I don't know if you have it, but the tax benefits to the districts is significant. We're
Yes.
talking about for over the 12-year period for District 214, District 21, it's in the millions of dollars. And Mark, it might be helpful, just so the council gets a sense that during this tax reduction period, there's significant new revenue, and then certainly after that 12-year period, it grows significantly. So if you could highlight that.
Exactly. So here we have the School District 21, which I believe they have the biggest portion of the tax bill, about 42%. Just for phase 1 alone, they're looking at about $5 million in additional taxes. So with phase 2 is probably going to be right a little bit less than 10. So they're really kind of receiving the bulk of this. High School 214 has 21%, so they're getting about $2.5 million per phase. I looked at the Fire Protection District here, about 1.1, and then School District, and then Prospect Heights, like I said, about $372,000 per phase.
And it's important to know that's above zero, which it's at right now, right? I mean, this is not a typical 6B where there's already a tax base there. I mean, this is literally zero.
Exactly, it's all excess. So, and there will be a period of build out. So once they are constructing this, you can't actually activate the incentive until it's built and functioning. So there will be potentially a year or two of higher taxes once it's being built. They'll try for some vacancy relief, but the tax bill might even be higher initially before we activate the 6B.
So in addition to storage, maintenance, and operation of aircraft, what else are you building?
It's really hangars. If you have,
No, sorry. David Anna. Yeah, it's just hangars and ground service equipment support
Okay.
facility.
That's what I understood, but then it sounded like there was something else.
And the fuel,
And the fuel
Right.
farm, yeah,
Oh, okay.
ultimately.
Okay.
Right, yeah, there will be fuel.
Got it, okay. All right, thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions?
I have one question.
Go ahead.
Excuse me. What's the strategy for the construction jobs? You mentioned that there'll be some openings for that.
Yeah, so I'm not 100% with the development team, but we're looking at an estimate of about 150 temporary jobs. I'll let David speak if you have any.
Yeah, we don't have all those final numbers yet, but it's about 150 temporary construction jobs over the course of, you know, once we break ground.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, well, thank you. Okay, with that, I'm going to read item A, Resolution R-2507, staff memo and resolution determining the appropriateness of, or for Class 6B status pursuant to the Cook County Real Property Classification Ordinance as amended July 17, 2013, for certain real estate owned by Sky Harbor LLC and subsidiaries located at 1009 Milwaukee Avenue, Wheeling, Illinois, 60090. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Anderson?
So we have a motion and a second.
Excuse me, Mayor. The actual address is 1090
Oh, okay.
Milwaukee, not 10009. Thank you.
1090. So we'll amend that. So we have a motion. Who motioned?
You moved it.
Yeah, I called for a motion.
Okay.
And I second it.
We have a motion and a second. Can we get a roll call?
Alderman Anderson,
Aye.
Alderman Morgan Adams,
Aye.
Alderman Dolick,
Aye.
Alderman Dash.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. So there's nothing else for us to do. We have to just sign it saying that we agree, and you take it from there, right?
We'll file it with Cook County and we'll let you know.
Okay. How long does it usually take to find out?
Cook County is really kind of a rubber stamp here, so we just come back to them once everything is finished. We show them, they can get data showing that it's operational. And at that time, once we prove that it's occupied, we appeal the property to activate and accept it. So really, activation schedule is as fast as you get it done and get it occupied.
Okay. Is there a period where it could expire if it's not acted on quickly enough?
There's
Or like not expire, but not go into effect because it's not being
If
done?
it goes over 2 or 3 years or so without starting any construction, the assessor's office likes kind of like a letter of continuing support. If anything major changes, they might come back and ask for a new resolution, if square footage is or the site plans change. But if it's just a little bit delayed, they usually just come back for a letter of support.
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, item B is the vehicles, the police cars. So item B is Resolution R-2508, staff memo and resolution authorizing approval of the purchase of 2 police squad cars, the 2025 Dodge Durangos from Sunnyside Jeep in McHenry County through the state of Illinois bidding process at an established estimated cost of $115,000. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Joe, would you like to speak to this, or should I have the chief? Who
Police
is,
can give the background
of why we're,
Good evening, Deputy Chief Thurman. Both of these vehicles are replacement police vehicles. In 2023, we lost a police vehicle that we were not able to replace. January 2025, we lost a police vehicle we were not able to replace. This cost is a breakdown of the purchase of 2 vehicles and fully outfitting them with emergency equipment.
okay. Any questions? Okay. Roll call, please.
Alderman Dash.
Aye.
Alderman Dolick,
Aye.
Alderman Morgan Adams,
Aye.
Alderman Anderson.
Motion passes. Item 10, staff, elected officials, and commission reports. Assistant Finance Director Tannehill will give the December report.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor and City Council members. Present the December 31st financial report. We have 7 months into this year's budget. The 67% of the year is passed. Our city total revenues represent 73% of the budget, and our expenses reflect 59% of the budget. A couple of highlights. We did our vehicle sticker scofflaw campaign last year, and so far we've received $126,000 in sticker revenue. Those are from the people who failed or forgot to purchase their 24-25 sticker. We also sent about $49,000 of sewer collections to our collection agency to start the collection process on those who failed to pay for their sewer bills. We did receive one person that has paid their one that was in collections, so we have one so far out of the about 40 we sent to collections for to recoup that had not been paid. So it's working. At least one is working. So hopefully the collection agency will be able to collect that outstanding debt. Starting next month, we'll be rolling into our budget season. We'll be meeting with our department heads of the city to discuss the wants and needs for the city operations and the impact on the budget. And we'll be able to put together in March presentations of those talks and what is going to be needed for the budget for the 25-26 budget. Also, we are, I don't know if Peter's going to talk about it, but we are going into the vehicle sticker season 2, which starts February 1st. Letters will be mailed out. Hopefully they'll be in the mailboxes by the first week of February. So we just remind citizens, please, to buy their stickers, so we don't have to, at the end of the year, ask you to come back in and buy stickers. We don't do it. So let's get ahead of the game, and this way you don't have to pay the late fees on those stickers. And that's all I have.
Okay, any questions? Thank you. We'll start with staff, with Peter.
As Bob mentioned, yes, it's that time of the year that we all look forward to at City Hall, vehicle sticker season. We try to make it as convenient as possible for our residents to purchase vehicle stickers and be in compliance. That has not changed. As Bob mentioned, the renewals will go out approximately, you should receive them the first week of February. We try to do this so that you have 2 full months to purchase your stickers. You can buy them online. We have a very convenient system to purchase them online through Express Bill Pay. You can buy them through the mail with a check. You can come in here to City Hall, or you can pay after hours by dropping it in the blue mailbox, or the green mailbox, I'm sorry, outside City Hall. We will be, once again, inundating our residents with the need to purchase stickers. So I apologize to everybody preemptively. I'm going to be annoying, the city's going to be annoying. You're going to see buy city stickers everywhere. We hope the police department will assist us, as they have in the past, with the message signs. Those have been helpful. And please, everyone, for the sake of the community, this money is important as a revenue stream for the city. Believe me, if we did not have to buy enforce vehicle stickers, we would not do it as a city, but it is something that we desperately need to do because we are non-home rule. So we appreciate everyone who has been compliant over the years. And if you have any questions about vehicle stickers and whether you have to buy a vehicle sticker or a permit or anything else, please feel free to call City Hall. We are a resource for you that we want you to use. And also for those individuals out there with animals, dogs and cats, please don't forget you are also required by city code for pet tags. So anyone who purchased a dog or a cat during the pandemic, you may not have realized you need to buy a tag for your dog or cat. You need to do so. So again, if you have any questions, please reach out to City Hall. We'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Chief?
Nothing for me.
Mark?
No, sir.
Dan?
Sir.
No? Joe?
This is Chief Caponigro's last council meeting, and I just want to thank him for his service to our community. He's been a pleasure to work with. He's been a great leader of the department. Police work is very hard. It's very challenging. Police officers often deal with kind of the worst parts of the human condition. But I've watched Chief Caponegro during his tenure as chief, and what always impressed me about him is he never lost his humanity through that. He's truly a caring person. And I think on behalf of all the other staff members, we wish you all the best in future endeavors.
I appreciate the kind words. And in turn, being the chief, having the weekly staff meetings and going to city council, I'm equally impressed with the elected officials, council members, the mayor, elected officials, staff. Residents should know for a small city, they work very much like a large city. They do a lot with a little, and the amount of events and the city services that you all provide your residents, and I also lived in Prospect Heights for 2.5 years. It's a great city run by great people, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Lloyd? Nothing? Nothing?
I have something. So it's time for seniors in high school to start making your application for scholarships. So parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, nudge those senior high school students to go to their counselor and get an application for Scholarship Fund Dollars for Scholars 214. And if you live in Prospect Heights or in a community around here that's serviced by 214, we are awarding scholarships for needs-based. And so far, we've actually, we've had donations and had scholarships as many as $500,000 that have gone towards students. So it's a great cause. We'd love to have students here in Prospect Heights get a scholarship.
Thank you. Wendy?
I just wanted to note that on Wednesday, February 7, 2024, the Rotary Club of River Cities is holding their annual Classic 5000 reverse raffle event at the Old Orchard Country Club by Schoenbeck and Rand Road. And it's a really great event that in addition to the reverse raffle, they have a lot of different other raffles like the table of chairs, 50-50 side raffle, heads or tails, gift card tree, and more. It's 100% of the proceeds from this event go to serving our communities, people in need, and scholarships for our residents.
Thank you.
It's a great event.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just quickly, I too wanted to thank Chief Caponegro for your years of service here. You came on board as chief during my term as acting mayor. As a matter of fact, I think I was the one that swore you in as chief. Again, thank you for your years of service. You've been a great chief, and I wish you all the best of luck in the future.
Thank you, sir.
Danielle? Okay, yep, I'd like to thank you too, Chief. I knew you when you were just a patrol officer and some very trying times back in 2008, 9, 10. You've come a long way since then. So as a department, it's hard to think back at how different things were then versus now. I mean, we are in such a good place now compared to what we were back during those times in 08, 09. And thank you for all you've done. I mean, the chief has always taken everything personally as far as Prospect Heights goes. If somebody's here not doing good, the chief was going to make sure that they were dealt with, and we're a better city for having you here. So thank you.
Thank you very much. And we'll be in good shape with Deputy Chief
Yes, we
Neil
will.
German being sworn in very soon.
That's the one thing I think, and maybe just because I don't know a lot of other police officers in other towns, but the Prospect Heights Police Department, they truly look at Prospect Heights as like their backyard. You are not going to go in the backyard and cause trouble without dealing with them. So I sleep well at night knowing that that our police are patrolling the streets. It's a unique city. It's different. It's a unique department, and you guys do a great job. So thank you very much. So with that, we will go on to approve the warrants. So if the clerk will read the warrants.
Okay, the total for the warrants was $144,513.62. We also had a wire payment on January 10th. There was a payroll in the amount of $188,703.35. And the December IMRF payment was in the amount of $16,712.98, bringing the total warrant amount to $349,929.95 for council's approval tonight, please.
We need a motion to approve.
So moved, Anderson.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Alderman Morgan Adams?
Aye.
Alderman Anderson?
Aye.
Alderman Dash?
Aye.
Alderman Dolick?
Aye.
Motion passes. Item 12, public comment on non-agenda matters. Any tickets for that?
No, I don't think.
Okay. There'll be no executive session, so there'll be no action on that executive session that doesn't happen. So with that, I look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We are adjourned.